As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team looking to get into the win column, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Vols will kick it away to start us off. Texas. Fair catch called for and made. Down for the offense. They go to the ground. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, you love to see this offensively. On the first drive of the game, your quarterback taking a shot down the middle of the defense, finding a guy for a big play.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Going to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Snags it over the middle. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Texas! Smokey the Cannon, not the only one using explosives around here, and it has electrified this Longhorn crowd.
I mean, coming out on point, coming out, dissecting the defense, scoring early in front of this crowd. You know good and well, all these fans love their school. Texas has got so much pride. This gets them going early.
On the move from inside his 5. He gets a block. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleep.
Going deep. Grabs it inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Running back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Fires into a world of traffic and it's picked off. Got room on the return. Running inside the 20. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. At the 35, he's open. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point. But finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Going with the ground game left. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Quickly complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Got out of trouble and throws. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the 1st down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job.
He's got it. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game.
And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Get it out on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. They get him down after he makes the catch. The Vols come to the line in the hurry-up. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Give to the running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And the Volunteers are on the move. The give to the back. And he's still running after the move. The expressway is wide open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown ball.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Nebraska is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Tommy Frazier, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Mississippi State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Movement here from the tight end. Off play action on first down. It's complete on the right side. And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. A designed run for the quarterback. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
This guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Gets it out fast. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a 1st down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gain.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? And I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Buys a little time. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. Man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling.
Running toward the tape. At the 30. He's at the 10. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Tennessee.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in... different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll bring it back. Here he comes from his own end zone. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Leaves it with the running back. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The pull and throw off the RPO. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He fires it out to the right. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Going up top on first down. Quick strike complete. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. But he's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Tackled immediately after the catch.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in zones. You got to get him involved.
He's looking for a man on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stopped him short of the marker.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's got it, and they convert. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Quarterback will keep it. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Caught the defense offside. That penalty obviously will be declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. The late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Now on first down from the 28. And stampeding through the defense. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle, because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Back to pass, it's Diggs. Lets it fly deep downfield. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
A jet sweep pass. Nothing but green ahead. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Got enough for the first down. And they get him out of bounds, but not before a sizable pickup on that one.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Right back to the well. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The option look. Now the pitch. Can't get him to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The Volunteers want to crank the tempo. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Vols are marching down the field.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot. But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, it's Diggs. He's going for the big play. Touchdown, Volunteer! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Is there anything this dude can't do? He's channeling his inner Condridge Holloway, Heath Schuler, or dare I say, the great Peyton Manning.
I bet he can't lead the band, Reese. I bet he's not allowed to do that. He's having himself a day, but he's not there yet. But, man, putting up some stats, doing what he wants. This offense is absolutely cooking.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that, dude. They scored here. We're in for a ball game.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. The throw to the outside is complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's the guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the run. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to run for it. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
He gets gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollack.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Dropping back, it's Diggs. Feeling some heat. Hit as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Swings it out to the flat. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The ball's moving quickly to the line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Tennessee, 35. Texas, 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll leave it with him. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds. You can live to play another day here on this drive.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Calls his own number. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play. He made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
It's complete to the right. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And they corral him at the 2-yard line.
Well, not much the defense could do there. The defensive end crashed down thinking the running back had it, but nice job of the ball handling there by the QB.
Just trying to avoid negative plays, continue to put stress on the defense. That's what he does there.
And that's a play this guy can run in his sleep, too. They rep this over and over and over. It's like clockwork for this guy.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Really nice job by the defense, understanding 1st and goal. What do most people do on 1st and goal? They're going to try to run the football in. The defense says, nah, bro, not in my house. Nice job getting in the backfield, getting the stop.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? On the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Using his feet. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. Late in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Michigan State made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road win. And a victory like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Spartans. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. And the Volunteers in the hurry up. Back to throw, it's Diggs. Finds the tight end. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. This crowd bringing serious noise on this huge fourth down play. They'll try to pick up the first. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, look out. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
This guy is really unique. Top 5 in the country running the football right now, and I love the way this offense gets him involved. They're able to move him around a little bit. They change up the schemes, but the big key every week, get him the ball, let him go to work.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. You'd love to get the score right now, but you also want to make sure, if you can, that the clock keeps moving.
So let's do both. Let's run the football, keep it on the ground, run the play clock down, but don't turn away a touchdown. If you're getting close and you can get in, take the 2-possession lead in this ball game.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. The offense coughs it up. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. He wants to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's what...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, what a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown ball! They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
Tennessee 42, Texas 28.
The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. sending the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take...
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Brings it in down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He makes the connection. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll throw it on first down. Pressure coming. And he was hit just... the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Snap it to the back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Quarterback will audible. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He's got him, and they convert. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. That might seem like a risky call to go for it on 4th down there, but you can't just hand the defense a win in that spot, David.
No, and when you go back and you look at games, a lot of times those field goals get you beat. And this offense is like, forget that, we're going to be aggressive. And because they got it, it was a great call.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! So maybe just to make the final score look a little better, they'll go for 2 here. Lipstick on a pig, anybody? He'll set up to throw. Trying to get to it. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Here's the situation. First, they have to recover the onside kick, then maybe time for a play or 2. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Touch pass on the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. This defense happy with how that last play turned out. They'll decline the penalty. This offense has a 2nd down play. Quick pass on the fly motion. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.